Okay guys, today I'm back for another video, and this is going to be a brand new Blu Ray update. And in this video I'm going to show obviously all the things I've got recently in terms of Blu Rays. And yes, so I've got a couple of new releases to show here, mainly older releases. I've actually got a TV show to show, and I've got a few steelbooks as well, so kind of a mixture of everything, so that's good. But yeah, so start off with these two Blu Rays here. I got The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, and I've been meaning to get these two for a while now because I have the first Matrix and I really like that film, so I've always been wanting to see the sequels even though I heard that they weren't that good. So I decided to finally get the sequels, and before I actually watched the sequels I decided to rewatch the first film. And the first film I've always liked, but I decided to watch it again, and I don't know what it was about it this time, but I genuinely loved the first Matrix the second time watching it. And then I watched these two immediately after, and no, these two are certainly not on the level of the first one. My least favourite is certainly Reloaded. Revolutions is not that good either. Has a very disappointing ending to the trilogy, but I guess they have some redeeming qualities to them, but overall very disappointing films, very disappointing films. I would still recommend watching them though. You need to watch the first one first and foremost though. But yeah, these ones kind of need to see them, but don't expect much. I got Brick, which is a film by Rian Johnson, who's the director of Looper. He will also be directing Star Wars Episode 8, and I think he's writing Episode 9 as well. So I really want to see this film just because I liked Looper, and I'm obviously anticipating Episode 8 and Episode 9 and whatnot of Star Wars just because it's Star Wars. So I decided to get this one. Very unique film, very interesting film. It's definitely good. I didn't love it. I preferred Looper slightly. However, I did like this one. Like I said, very interesting, very difficult to put it into words. I would just recommend watching it. Good performances in particular by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He obviously is the star of this film. Yeah, a good film, interesting, just very unique, to say the least. But I like this one. This is one I actually watched today, 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams. Very good film. Really the thing that I took away most from this film is the fact that how incredible Robin Williams was, because not only is he a good comedic actor, and could be very light-hearted and family-friendly and whatnot, but he can also be really deep and dark and just an incredible actor when it comes to this, and in particular Good Will Hunting. I don't think his performance as this is quite on the level as his performance in Good Will Hunting, but still a very good performance, very good film, very interesting plot, good story. So yeah, I would recommend watching 1 Hour Photo. And we'll actually have another Robin Williams film that I picked up, and I'll talk about that in a sec. Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock film. Possibly my favourite Alfred Hitchcock film, honestly. Incredible film, again, amazing story. Yeah, awesome. Extremely well directed. Classic. Not much more that can be said about Rear Window, really. This is one that I imported from the US because you can't get it on Blu-ray here. This Blu-ray is region free though, so if you're interested you might as well just import it. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. Space Jam, the basketball movie with the Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan. I watched this a lot as a kid, and it is a bad movie. I'll be the first to say this is a bad movie, but it's so awesome. You need to have it. I don't know how to put it into words. I'm sure if somebody watched it for the first time today, probably would not like it, but very nostalgic film for me, and you can't beat it. It's Space Jam. It's so awesome. And then this is the Robin Williams film I was talking about, Hook, Steven Spielberg film. Very underrated film. A lot of people hate this film. I don't understand it. I think this film is awesome. Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, Julia Roberts, Bob Hoskins, Steven Spielberg film. I love this film. It's awesome. And it's actually got a really interesting story. Maggie Smith is also in this film, by the way. But it's a really interesting story. It's about aged Peter Pan, and I think that's kind of an interesting story. And I'm glad I think they've done it well. So I would recommend watching this film. It's awesome. Definitely not on the level of some other Spielberg films by any means, but still an enjoyable film. Hook, watch it. I got Grease. You know, I'd heard really good things about this one. I've never been a big fan of musicals, and this is a good one. I wouldn't say I love this film, but again, I'm not a big fan of musicals, so maybe that's why. But still a good film, and definitely a classic, so worth having, I guess. This one I haven't been able to watch it, but I do plan on watching it soon. Blue Valentine, just heard very good things. So that's all really. I just heard good things about it, so I wanted to pick it up and watch it, and I'll be sure to watch it soon. This one also I haven't watched yet. American Hustle just has a great cast. It was nominated for Oscars, I believe, a bunch of Oscars. David O. Russell film. I was going to say David Fincher there. David O. Russell film, and I like the films of his that I've seen, so I'll be sure to watch it. This one, can't say how good this film is. Almost Famous. I love Cameron Crowe's work, from what I've seen of his. Jerry Maguire, We Bought a Zoo, and this. This is by far my favourite film of his. And I love Jerry Maguire, but this one is just, I don't know what, I don't know how to put it into words. It's just so good, it's so interesting, it's an incredibly well written film, an awesome story, great coming of age film, great music film as well, great period piece. It's set in the 1970s, if you can call that a period piece, I guess. I guess you can. But it's so good. Great music in it, great soundtrack, great performances. Not much more that can be said. Just love it, this film, and I think anybody who watches it can really enjoy this film. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, around about that, but it just flies by, and you wish it would go longer, because Almost Famous is truly an amazing film. Love this film. I've got another Spielberg film here, AI, Artificial Intelligence. This is an interesting one. There's some good performances here. Haley Joel Osment is good in the movie, so is Jude Law, so is William Hurt, who's not in it enough, unfortunately. But it has so many issues with it. First off, it feels like a Stanley Kubrick film, and I think Stanley Kubrick was originally intending on directing this one, but he died before the production could start, and Spielberg ended up directing it. From what I gather, I think. It feels like a Stanley Kubrick film, kind of, especially the ending. But the characters in this film, I can't really think of any likeable characters in this movie, especially the family at the start. They are the most unlikable human beings you will ever meet in your life, and you're supposed to like them, and I just don't understand it. I guess the main robot, the kid, David, is kind of likeable, but I don't know. Then again, he's a robot, and we can't really relate to him, can we? So there's not any really relatable characters. Even Jude Law's not very likeable. So no, it's a good movie, I guess, as an interesting story, but overall just nowhere near on the level as some other Spielberg films. Worth watching though, I guess. And next up we have 10 Things I Hate About You. Very good romantic comedy with Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is also in this film. Yeah, good film, really enjoyable film, easy film to watch, so I'd recommend this one. And then we have a few steelbooks here. We have 2 steelbooks. So first off we have The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Saw this one in cinemas. And you know, the Hunger Games franchise, I watch them, I enjoy them. I'm not a huge fan of the Hunger Games films, but I do watch them and I do enjoy them. So I saw this one in cinemas, and I would say it's better than the first one. Not quite as good as the second one for me. Just honestly, nothing really happened, and that it felt like all build up, and I'm sure that the next one will be much better, but then again, it will just be all payoff, and I thought that was a bit of that was one of the issues I had with the Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies. That I feel like the Hobbit trilogy actually should have been 2 movies, because the whole battle didn't feel like any build up to it, which is why they should have. I could go on for that with ever. Like, feel like they should have had the stuff that they had in the 3 Hobbit films be just 2 films, and they could cut a few stuff out, but that's a different topic. As for this, I feel like they probably just should have had 1 Mockingjay film, honestly. And I've not read the book, so I don't know. Maybe if I'd read the book, I'd understand why they split it into 2. But honestly, I feel like it was just all build up, and it really suffered for that, and just not enough happened. But overall, I still liked the film. It was still a good film, and I would. Hunger Games fans will enjoy it, and even I enjoyed it, and I'm not a huge Hunger Games fan. And the other steelbook I have here is Nightcrawler. Very good steelbook, really nice steelbook. Great film as well. Love the film. I said in my last video that I said I was going to get this one, and I saw it 11 days early in cinemas because it was a special screening at the cinema near me. So I got to see it 11 days early, and I really enjoyed it. Loved the film. Honestly, I think Jake Gyllenhaal should have been nominated for Best Actor this year. At least nominated, possibly should have won. I know Eddie Redmayne won, and I actually saw The Theory of Everything, and he was good in the film. I enjoyed his performance, but I don't think he should have won. Honestly, out of the nominees, I thought Michael Keaton for Birdman should have won. He was awesome in that movie. And so was Steve Carell in Foxcatcher, and Benedict Cumberbatch was good in The Imitation Game. Haven't seen American Sniper, so I don't know how Bradley Cooper was, but Bradley Cooper's always talented, so I'm sure he was good in it. But honestly, I think Gyllenhaal should have been at least nominated, because his performance was so good in this film. And Jake Gyllenhaal's just awesome in general, but yeah, I can't recommend Nightcrawler enough. Very good. One of my favourites of 2014, certainly. And then lastly here we have a TV show. We have Season 4 of Game of Thrones. Haven't watched all of this yet. I've watched the first 7 episodes. But yeah, I loved Game of Thrones. It's definitely one of my favourite shows on TV right now. Probably my absolute favourite. But yeah, I'm enjoying this season a lot, and I'm sure it'll get better. I've not seen the last 3 episodes of this season, so I didn't watch it on TV. I haven't watched Game of Thrones on TV. I've actually only recently started. I've had the first 3 seasons on Blu Ray for a while, and I watched the first season, and then I just didn't bother watching the second season for months, and I just thought I might as well watch it now, and then I've just been hooked since then. I've been watching an episode nearly every day, raced through season 2 and season 3, and now I'm getting through season 4, so I'll definitely have this done by the time season 5's on TV, so I can start watching that as it's happening. But yeah, I love Game of Thrones. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this update. Feel free to leave in the comments below your thoughts on anything involved in this video. In terms of future videos, I'm not too sure what I've got planned in the next little while. I've been considering doing movie reviews more often for films to see in the cinema. Don't know if that'll happen anytime soon, because really this year it's really yet to kick off. We've got Fast and Furious 7 out soon, and then after that's Avengers, and then May, June, July, I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and then not to mention Star Wars in December. I'm going to really want to do something special for Star Wars. I don't know what I'll do though. I'm definitely going to do some kind of video for that, because that's a special thing. I'll maybe do a whole video documenting my entire experience seeing that film when it comes out, because yeah, I'm just counting down the days, honestly. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, like I said, and thanks for watching. Bye.